Ching ching, bling bling, cut the chatter. You ain't talking money, then you're talking don't matter. Ching ching, bling bling, patent pockets. You make the dollar dollar, can't a damn soul stop it. Shock it. It's money in the bank. Here comes the money. Here comes the money. Cue in the Shane McMahon shuffle. What? Where the freak did you get that, bro?
I'm gathering my money in the bank right now.
This Tuesday.
Come
Take off-
Tuesday.
Jack, take off those sunglasses. We're in 5,
Chill, man. He has a disability.
bro. But yeah,
I'm cashing in my money in the bank right now.
You should have like I wish they had a replica Otis Money in the Bank when he had the lunchbox.
I also have the lunchbox. Yeah.
Really, they have that?
Yeah. But
Only
like
on-
the gold one.
Only
Not
on
the green one.
WWEshop.com.
Yeah.
But yeah, Money in the Bank's coming here in about it's Monday today, so it's coming around Saturday, I believe, at
Saturday.
London.
In the O2.
The O2, which means oxygen, I think. Yes. But yeah, we're gonna talk about our predictions. There's maybe a match or so that hasn't been announced yet. Maybe Matt Riddle versus Gunther is coming. We don't know. We'll talk about that still.
Maybe Riddick Moss will finally return.
Probably not. But maybe Vlog Wagner will debut and cost the bloodlines. But yeah. So we're gonna talk about our predictions and talk about the history of Money in the Bank, and maybe if you behave, we are gonna rank the Mr. and Mrs. Money in the Bank's, the history of it, the lineage of it. Are you ready, Haadi?
Yes.
Are you ready,
Yes.
people?
Yes.
I hear you. Yes. Okay, so I guess we'll start off with our predictions for Money in the Bank, starting off with the men's ladder match. Ricochet versus Shinsuke versus L.A. Knight. Yeah. Versus Santos Escobar versus Butch versus Damian Priest. But wait, what? Someone else joined in the bunch? Logan Paul, the social media megastar? Who do you think? Well, first off, I'm excited for this match.
Yes.
This is going to be probably match of the night. Very exciting. Bunch of mid-card talent, which, like you said a couple episodes ago, or maybe like a couple weekly reviews ago, check those out if you haven't, that this whole bunch of mid-card talent piled up into one match makes it feel like the old school Money in the Bank matches. And I like that. What do you think about this upcoming men's ladder match?
This is probably the most excited I've been for a Money in the Bank match in a long time. Mainly because it feels unpredictable. It feels like you don't know what's gonna happen. And like we were just talking about, mid-card talent, it feels like someone's actually gonna be elevated, right? No established star is gonna win this and then just continue whatever they had going on. This is a talent just in like 2005 or 6 when Edge won. He wasn't there yet, but winning that Money in the Bank put him there. You know, someone like CM Punk, who it put him there, put him on that level. And we may see someone get elevated to the top of the card pretty soon after winning this. So really excited.
Yes, I'm very excited, especially with Logan Paul bunched up in the mix. Who knows what's going to happen there? But by the way, these Money in the Bank predictions are for the Wrestless World Championship, and I'm taking that home with me, bro. I made that thing like 3 months ago, and
You made it, but you never won it. Come on.
it's because we always tie, or our predictions are always similar.
You only tied once.
What do you mean? We tied at Revolution.
We tied at Night of Champions, not Revolution.
We tied at both, man.
Did we? Did we even do Revolution?
Yeah, we did Revolution.
No, I'm pretty sure we did only like one of the AEW ones, and I won that because you picked Danielson over MJF.
That was Revolution.
Yeah, no, I won that.
Oh, well. Whatever, man. It's always one or two missteps. But I guarantee you, Logan Paul is going to win the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, which I
Solid
kind of
pick.
don't want. But, you know, like I said in the weekly review that's coming up, hopefully before this, should be coming before this. Um, I think that Logan Paul versus LA Knight is going to culminate in a feud at SummerSlam, maybe for the Money in the Bank contract, if Logan Paul wins it. Who knows? But yeah, my pick is Logan Paul.
Solid pick because he is the latest addition to the match. And you know how that usually goes. Uh, a la Austin Theory, Brock Lesnar. um,
Fucking
but
Brock
I'm
Lesnar.
still going with the megastar LA Knight. Yeah, because this man is on fire. This man is organically grown. This man is ready to be on the top of the card, and we cannot waste any more time with him. Before, like maybe a couple months ago, I was saying like, yo, maybe we need to kind of slow it down on the LA Knight push, take a time. It's been time. We are ready now. We're good to go. This man needs to win this briefcase. This man needs to cash in and win a world title because he is ready. You know, I would also love for him to be involved in the mid card scene, maybe with Gunther, maybe with he's on SmackDown, so maybe with Austin Theory. Wait, is he on SmackDown? Yeah. Wait,
Yeah,
no, he's yeah, he is. All right, cool.
yeah.
Yeah. So my pick is the megastar LA Knight, but there is a lot of sleeper picks. The way they've been building Santos Escobar and Damian Priest, those are two guys I think who are maybe right there, but unexpected winners.
Sorry, Ricochet, Shinsuke, and Butch. You guys, you guys weren't
Yeah,
built up
no,
the same way.
yeah.
But yeah, I want LA Knight to win. If LA Knight wins, I'm gonna eat my shorts. But I think it's gonna be Logan Paul that's gonna win. What a shame. But
Mm,
we'll see about that because next we have the women's Money in the Bank ladder match with Zelina Vega, Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, Bailey, Io Sky, and Trish Stratus, ready to show you some
yeah.
stratisfaction. Who do you think's gonna win this?
This is like the most unexpected one because like it really feels like they don't have anything planned for the women. Kind of they haven't built up the ladder match itself. So it's kind of like one of those up in the air things, similar to the year that Nikki Cross won. I don't think anyone knew who was winning that matchup really, and I have the same feeling this time. So it really could go up in the air to anyone. But if I had to pick one, hmm, if I had to pick one, I would want to say Becky Lynch, but then also Trish Stratus and Zoe Stark being in the match makes me feel like she's not going to. I'm gonna go with Bailey. I would like to see her win, just because I want her to win.
Who I want to win, and who I think's gonna win, is Bailey's partner. Is Io Sky Bailey's partner? I think soon down the road we're probably gonna have an Io Sky Bailey feud. A lot of tension there recently, and I think something's gonna happen in the ladder match that's gonna allow Io Sky to win because I think Io Sky is on that level of being a women's champion, or she's slowly going up to that level. And this Money in the Bank contract can really help her, and maybe a face turn against Bailey. Um, but yeah, so Io Sky for me and Bailey for you.
What if Bailey was to win and Io Sky and Asuka have a match for the women's title at, let's say, SummerSlam, and Bailey cashes in on Io, and then we have a rivalry for a couple of months? Could be interesting, but either way,
That's
I really don't
lame.
know.
It's lame. No, I'm kidding.
You're lame.
Oh. But next we have, oh my god, the American roller coaster, Cody Rhodes versus Latino Heat, Dominic Mysterio, Dom Dom. Man, it's probably a sleeper match actually. What I
This
mean by
could steal
that,
the show.
this could steal the show. I don't think it is, but I still think it's gonna be a decent match actually, especially with Cody involved. Cody knows how to go in the ring, and Dominic has improved drastically within the past year. So, but at the end of the day, I think that Cody is going to defeat Dominic and at SummerSlam have a little stipulation with Brock Lesnar. It'll be silly if Dominic loses this or if Dominic wins this, honestly.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did, though. I would not be surprised if somehow Rhea got involved and hit a riptide on Cody, and Dominic just hit a frog splash and covered Cody 1, 2, 3. Or if Brock Lesnar gets involved,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know, that's another one.
yeah.
And
Um,
for that reason, I'm still going with Cody Rhodes. So yeah,
maybe he'll beat up Cody after the match. Maybe he'll F5 Rhea Ripley. Oh, that'll be
wrong
sick.
story, Cody. Wrong story.
But yeah, Cody for both of us. Woohoo! Next we have for the World Heavyweight Championship. This one has shockingly just the storytelling, the pacing, the I I've grown to love Finn Balor because of this storyline. Um, Finn Balor versus Seth freaking Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think that Finn Balor and Damian Priest are having a little bit of tension because of this World Heavyweight Championship dilemma. Damian Priest is also in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Maybe Finn Balor can cost Damian Priest somehow,
Possibly.
maybe, possibly. I'm not sure. Maybe Damien can cost Finn here. Maybe not. Who knows? But shockingly, I think from how they're building this up, from how Finn is behaving, from how Finn is trying to finish his story like Cody is, and his story is to get the title he never lost, that which he lost in 24 hours. I think Finn Balor is going to defeat Seth Rollins and make his reign a short world title reign, which is bizarre, but I think it's bizarre enough that it might work and wrap around this whole long-term story that they unintentionally told, kind of.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins on this one. The man's the world heavyweight champion. He's been on a roll, and I don't see that roll stopping. And I would love for Seth to hit another outside buckle bomb on the barricade and maybe injure Finn again. So
That's why Bret Hart calls Seth the most unsafe wrestler. He puts him up there with Goldberg, bro.
all right, well, Brett needs to get in the ring.
But honestly,
Bret
that's
Hart never had the crowd singing his theme song. He's just jealous.
Damian Priest. What if Damian Priest won the Money in the Bank and cashed in this situation? Again, that's a what if. That's a maybe.
Or made it a triple threat. That would be really interesting.
Here's a new match that I didn't know was happening until literally as I opened up this match card right now. There's a new match on here, the Women's Tag Team Championship. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. I didn't
I
hear
think
about
this
this.
was announced on SmackDown backstage.
I
Uh,
thought that was gonna be like from on the SmackDown episode.
no.
But well, that's something at least. They're bringing the Women's Tag Team Championships and actually putting it on a premium live event for the first time in months.
Yeah.
I don't know where Austin Theory is though. Still.
This is still the most unimportant title in probably the company, but
Yeah.
this has the opportunity to make it something big by Ronda and Shayna retaining. That's my pick. This title does not need to keep switching hands all the time.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think that Ronda and Shane are also going to retain. And maybe they'll get dethroned at SummerSlam. Who knows? Maybe Liv and Raquel get a second chance. I think they're going to have Raquel versus Rhea though soon. That little tension they had on
Yeah.
Raw a week
I know
ago.
tonight they have Raquel versus Ronda, which is actually the first Raquel Ronda match for the SmackDown Women's Championship was not bad at all. It was kind of like Raquel's coming out party on SmackDown, and I think it was really good, to be honest. So maybe it'll be a good one tonight too.
Yeah. And then we have the last officially announced match. The Bloodline Civil War, baby. The Usos. The Usos. The Day One Ish versus the Bloodline. Roman and Solo Sikoa with Paul Heyman there at ringside being the little bitch he is, the wise man. I'm really excited for this, man. This so much build up, so much tension. I didn't think the Usos were going to betray Roman this early on, if I'm being honest with you.
3 years in the making.
But I don't mind it. I'm really excited for this match. This could be the main event. For some reason,
Probably is.
this could be and probably is the main event, but for some reason, a part of me thinks the men's Money in the Bank is going to be the main event. But I don't know.
I, I don't think you can have Roman Reigns on the card and not have him in the main event, especially
That's
with how
true.
little he appears, right?
Yeah. Um, but I think the Bloodline's going to defeat the Usos here. Somehow,
Ooh.
some way. Because I don't know. I mean, maybe there's this scenario where the Usos win and pin Solo, and then Roman has tension with Solo,
Yeah.
and I don't know, a couple months down the line, Solo betrays Roman as well. But then I don't if I don't think Roman's gonna lose like that world championship on like a I don't know, a fast lane or a backlash or a payback. He should lose it at WrestleMania. And I don't feel like he's gonna I don't know. His whole title reign has been based around the bloodline. And now that the bloodline's collapsing, if it collapses too early, you know what I'm saying? It
Mm,
but I think the
yeah.
bloodline's gonna somehow succumb here.
I think I'm gonna go with the Usos on this one. I think a team that has just turned and trying to build itself up as like kind of like give reason to their turn, kind of give purpose to it. If they immediately get squashed, it kind of makes Roman look like he didn't need the Usos in the end after all. And I think the Usos kind of winning this one kind of makes it seem like the bloodline crumbling is a bigger deal. Like, oh man, like Roman is so much weaker without them. And that's what I want to see is Roman start to feel that insecurity of I don't have the backup anymore. My world title is in jeopardy. My whole identity is in jeopardy. I'm not going to be the tribal chief. I'm not going to be on the island of relevancy. And for me, that's why the Usos need to win. And obviously, Solo's getting pinned if they do win. Uh, but man, I think them winning can still prolongate the story. Like I don't think Solo is gonna get blamed immediately. I think they can still put it on a slow burn because Roman needs to start doing solo matches.
I don't know, man, because the only reason why too is because Clash of Champions Solo got pinned there too. Yeah, because of Uso's distraction, but still, right? Um, but you also have Paul Heyman that could be a factor in somehow distracting the Usos, and I feel like the Usos' betrayal is kind of good. It would be like Sami Zayn's betrayal, I guess. Him losing to Roman in a 30-minute classic didn't hurt Sammy at all. Um, but Sammy did win the tag team championships after. So what would the Usos have after? Would Jey Uso win the world title? Probably not, but I'd want that. Jimmy Uso, we keep sleeping on him. Madcap
For a
Moss?
reason, Matt Moss is the man to dethrone Roman Reigns. So there's a bunch of Raw talent that's ready to dethrone Roman, whether it's a
Tozawa?
Veer, whether it's Tozawa, whether it's some NXT talent. Come
But
Tuesday,
Cody? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
Come
know about
Tuesday
Cody.
though.
This Tuesday. But yeah, that was all the official matches. The rumored match in the mill is Gunther versus Matt Riddle for the IC championship. And if that comes across, which I like the feud, I think it's gonna be match. This could be match of the night if given the time. Because Gunther knows how to work, Matt knows how to work. For the IC title, I think I'm I'm going back and forth because maybe Matt could win, but there's also this factor that I think Matt Riddle's actually injured. That's what I heard. Maybe that's not true. I don't know. Maybe it's a storyline injury. Maybe they're saving this for SummerSlam because Money in the Bank they don't have enough time to fit in all these matches. If they want Riddle and Gunther to be amazing, they probably won't have time to fit it in here. Honestly,
I really liked what Riddle did with Seth Rollins back around Extreme Rules. That rivalry was really, really solid. Clash at the Castle.
yes.
And we saw like a more serious Matt Riddle. I thought that was going to be kind of a stepping stone to something bigger for him, but it seems kind of like he's reverting back to the silly and goofy, which is not bad at all. It's super entertaining. But
Mm.
maybe we need to see that side of Matt Riddle come out against Gunther.
I don't know because I think he's. I mean, still think I see the serious side in Matt. He got pissed off at Giovanni Vinci and injured him. You can see how you saw how pissed he was when he interrupted the Imperium Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn match. He ran in there and tried to whip Gunther's ass before getting held back. So I think Riddle. I mean, I want Riddle to drop some F bombs though. Snort some coke, drop some F bombs, and woo!
Did you see that picture of his daughter just throwing up the blood sign?
No.
She's gang affiliated.
What's going on in the Riddle household? Seth
Nothing healthy, bro. Nothing healthy.
Seth hit a little close to home when that rivalry was happening. But yeah. Who if you think that Riddle and Gunther are gonna wrestle at Money in the Bank, who do you think would win?
Gunther. That's my guy.
I'm gonna go say Riddle, actually.
Oh.
Shockingly. But yeah. So that was everything officially. Our prediction 2023. I'll be popping Bob. Yeah, where is he? It's been like 3 weeks I've seen him last.
I think his last was the Jey Uso match on SmackDown. Dude has not made an appearance since. I hope he's okay. I want to see him back on TV because there's a bunch of SmackDown talent for him to work with. AJ Styles carrying Cross. Bobby Lashley might be coming back soon. Like, there's a bunch of talent to work with. Maybe not Lashley again. They did that a lot.
Yeah. But anyways, Money in the Bank, as we said. Welcome to this new segment. It's called Rank That Money in the Bank winner in order. And from worst to best. That's what we did. Yeah. All 28 of them. But yeah, we're gonna be ranking this. I mean, based on how I ranked it. I don't know if you ranked it differently. But I've ranked it based on how the Money in the Bank reign was itself, how it was on the long term for them. Did it actually mean something? Did they win the championship? And if they won the championship, was that championship reign good? There's a whole bunch of factors. Was the cash in itself good? So I'm wrapping all of this, and we're going from worst to best, men and ladies. Yes. You ready, Haadi?
I am ready.
Who is the worst?
This actually took a while because there's actually a lot of bad ones. I'm putting him last, not because he is bad, and not because it's because he got the briefcase, barely held it, lost the briefcase, and then was fired pretty much close after that. It's Mr. Kennedy. Just because I feel bad for the dude, man, because he was so uber talented and he was so entertaining. What a great character. And Mr. Anderson and TNA was awesome, but Mr. Kennedy is the worst Money in the Bank holder, in my opinion.
He shouldn't have body slammed Randy Orton in 2009.
Don't drop him on his neck.
Mr. Kennedy's definitely down there for me. But the worst person who I think held the Money in the Bank, because it didn't help him. It didn't really help him at all. His reign is forgettable. He didn't even win the championship. And it's Baron Corbin in 2017, his men's. I think that one was really bad because first off, the reign itself, the Money in the Bank reign, nothing happened. He cashed it in against Jinder Mahal, lost it because John Cena distracted him. And then when you think he would get his revenge at SummerSlam against John Cena, he loses against John Cena. So, yes, he became Constable Corbin. Yes, he became King Corbin, whatever. This Money in the Bank match, or this Money in the Bank reign, didn't help him at all. So, no, yeah, I think this was probably the worst, even worse than Mr. Kennedy.
Wow. So number 27 for or number 28. This is the worst one, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. But we'll go in snake order. Who is your number 27?
Number 27. I got 2012 for the WWE Championship. It's John Cena. This one was also pretty bad because it's John Cena. Okay, I love John Cena, but like, what if he wins the Money in the Bank contract? How does that help him? He cashed it in like a week later, lost the fucking thing against CM Punk, and I don't get it. And you know what's funny? Fun fact: this John Cena Money in the Bank thing was the first thing I ever kind of came back to when I rewatched wrestling when I was like 6, or how old was I? Probably 8 in 2012, and I don't know. The Cena Punk match on Raw 1000 wasn't that good. Point is, fuck this. This was terrible. Cena's the first person to lose the contract. What about you?
Wow. My number 27 is a little bit more recent. It's the worm himself, Otis. Because not only... Yeah. This dude did not grab the briefcase. It was dropped into his hand. It got his tag team partner fired. All right. And he ended up losing the briefcase to the Miz. So
What?
like, yeah, Otis is pretty low for me. And he turned in the Money in the Bank briefcase into a lunchbox.
That was cold. There was a
No.
brief moment when I thought Otis was gonna beat Roman.
Yeah, that's
like for
the
a
point.
week.
Yeah, that's the point. That's why it was so bad. Literally, like, I don't understand why like Otis was hot at the time, but they didn't need to do this, bro. He didn't even need to be in the match. But
Bro, we have differing
yeah.
opinions on Otis. Otis might be top.
You
top.
think Otis is a strong solo competitor?
I'll let you know once he comes around.
If you have him high, this is gonna be terrible.
If you have him high, you're fired from Wrestless.
I'm taking this account.
Snake Order. Do you go again?
Yes. Number 26 is Baron Corbin.
Mm.
Yeah. It's not much that hasn't been said that needs to be said again. This was not good at all. This is unmemorable. This is not fun. And Baron Corbin is bald now because of it.
He lost against the worst WWE champion.
Then he lost his hair. Like, how much does he have to lose?
Bum ass Baron Corbin. Number 26 is Mr. Kennedy, 2007. Everything that was pretty much said. I have to admit though, he had a cool custom briefcase though. I kind of liked his logo. I guess it was kind of cool when he won. I'll give him that because it was like, oh, a new star. That's the best you can say about it. He lost it to Edge like 30 days later. Number 25 for me actually comes to 2015. It's Sheamus. Here. You think that's absurd?
Yeah, with the people who are on here. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll tell you what with Sheamus, and I'll compare it to the other people above too. Sheamus, his whole Money in the Bank reign, just him holding the briefcase, was boring. He didn't do anything with it. I think he may have had a match with Randy Orton or something, but I don't remember. And then he cashed it in against Roman Reigns, and he was pretty much just the placeholder champion to get Roman over. League of Legends was made during this time just to get Roman over. It didn't help Sheamus at all. It helped Roman over, but it didn't help Roman either because no one liked Roman at the time. So it was just very boring. And the people above it, just like slightly above, are also bad. But at least they had something that I'll remember it by. What has Sheamus done? Except pretty much be Roman's bitch. That was number 25. I'm sorry. I hated Sheamus's Money in the Bank reign.
Wow. That is very hateful of you. That's very maybe you're just anti-Irish. Who knows?
Yeah.
But number 25 for me is Braun Strowman because I didn't like this at all. I didn't like him winning. I didn't like him having this briefcase. I did not think. I don't like the idea of big men in Money in the Bank ladder matches. It's never good. It's never entertaining. Whether it's Kane or the Big Show or Mark Henry, they do not need to be in these matches. It's not good for them.
Except Omos. Omos deserves to be in all of these matches, actually.
Honestly. Well, because he's different, you know?
Yeah,
we're Homo sapiens.
Built different.
Yeah, but Braun Strowman, he also lost his cash in because he got F5 or he just got ran through basically by everyone on the roster. So yeah
Braun's is
not fun. Yeah.
Who's your next? Who's your 23rd? I think
24th. 24th.
Oh, 24th. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, my 24th is Damian Sandow.
Mm.
Yeah, this dude, he was funny. He was cool.
World You're champion? Welcome.
No, world champion. No, Damian Sandow is not world champion caliber, and it obviously shows because he has not stood the test of time. And he had a cool briefcase. I liked it. I liked his briefcase. I miss him as the Miz's double.
That was really good.
It was, but this man should not have won the Money in the Bank, and he should not have been holding in the first place. And that's also why he lost the match. Yeah.
For me, number 24 is from the men's 2019. It's Brock Lesnar. So the one good thing about this was Brock Party.
Yeah.
And that's why it's bumped up here more than the other four.
It's gonna
Everything
bump
else
it up
was
way more.
number
Brock Party
top
was
5.
elite.
Brock
Party
Party was
puts him
pretty
in the
cool.
top 2.
Actually,
Top
you're
2,
right.
and
Let
he's not
me
2.
just erase this real quick. But nah, Brock Lesnar. Okay, again, this helped no one. This, in fact, hurt everyone involved. Maybe except Brock Lesnar. But why do you need to bump up Brock Lesnar more? It's Brock Lesnar. He's already a living legend. Ali stood there like an idiot, just staring at Brock Lesnar while he came down. He came in the last 5 minutes of the match. He wasn't even like Theory, who stayed there for at least 30 minutes, the whole match.
Yeah, or got announced that he was gonna be in the match, like during the
Yeah.
match.
Yeah, he was announced he was in the match the last 2 minutes of the match. So the waste of effort based on everyone's part in that match. It's a waste of time for me, a waste of money for people to see that happen. And then he cashes it in and wins the Universal title again. Who wants to see that? What was the purpose of that? And what was the purpose of having him fight Seth Rollins again at SummerSlam later that year? No, this sucks.
Yeah.
Anyways, 23 is Damian Sandow, World Heavyweight Championship 2013. And I'll tell you what, I actually think Damian Sandow at a point was World Heavyweight Championship caliber. I think his gimmick was actually pretty good. He was something different. And he was a fair wrestler. And the reason why I put him at 23 higher than the others is because cool briefcase, like you said, and a little decent feud with Cody, Team Road Scholar. But yeah, he cashed that in, lost against John Cena, and man, probably out of all the Mr. Money in the Banks and misses, he's the biggest jabroni out of them all. About you, man? Who's
Probably.
your next 2?
So next, I think we're on what, 23?
Yeah.
John Cena. not much else has to be said about that. So I'm just gonna move on to 22, which unfortunately is Liv Morgan. I didn't like.
Really?
Yeah, no, this was
Oh
cheat.
man.
First of all, because her reign as SmackDown Women's Champion was terrible in my opinion. It was basically just facing Sonya Deville and Ronda Rousey, and her matches with Sonya, every match she had was not good. Like it was not even like mediocre. It was not good. She's not.
She wrestled with
that.
Shayna too.
Yeah, she's not that good, bro. Like I remember her match with Natalya on SmackDown, first time as Women's Champion. It was terrible. Like she's definitely not has the star power of someone like Ronda Rousey. Every time she had a match with Ronda Rousey, it looked terrible, and that's also because she's in the ring with Ronda. But at least Ronda has star power. I hate that every women's ladder match is you win and you cash in on the same night, and
Really? Or the night after.
yeah. So did not like this. One of my least favorite women's Money in the Bank winners.
You better watch out for Bo Dallas kicks your ass. Is he still in
That's okay.
WWE? Is he Uncle Howdy? I don't know. No.
Who knows?
Cliffhanger. My 22 is wait. Yeah, you did your last 2. Yeah. So 2010, it's Jack Swagger.
I'm casting in my Money in the Bank right now. I'm casting it in.
Jack. Okay.
Get a rep out here.
I will say it was cool when he won it because new talent, I guess. Even though he wasn't that impressive, at least there's new talent winning. Cool. He cashed in like a week later, I think, a few days later against Chris Jericho. He won it and did the most like blank fucking face ever while winning.
Oh my god.
It was so lame.
So dumb.
That was his future buddy in JAS, man. I keep forgetting Jack Swagger's Jake Hager. One seems so uncool, and the other one seems slightly cool. One has a bucket hat.
Exactly. I like this hat.
But yeah, the world title reign itself sucked too. Okay.
Yeah.
The next one. So imagine being a Mr. Money in the Bank, right? And then cashing it in on a mid card title, and then losing that mid card title. It's Austin Theory. Okay, so Austin Theory. First off, everyone was kind of upset when he was entered in the Money in the Bank ladder match for free, and once we found out he entered it for free, he won the contract. that sucks. But at least it wasn't like Brock Lesnar. But I will say I actually enjoyed his Mr. Money in the Bank reign when he was holding the briefcase. That was pretty good. Even though that Roman Reigns promo though, like when Vince McMahon left, oh my god, who's your daddy, Austin? Austin Theory with Johnny Gargano was interesting for a little bit, until they did nothing with it, pretty much.
Yeah.
The amount of times that Austin Theory tried to cash in and failed.
Yep.
But
You got some great memes out of it.
great memes, yeah. And then he
Yeah.
cashed in against Seth Rollins for the US title and lost. Now, that being said, his cash in sucked. The way he won it sucked. But he is a pretty decent United States champion right now. He's a pretty decent United States champion despite not really showing up. Despite not being booked on shows. But yeah, Austin Theory, I'm gonna have to put him down there in the low.
Yeah, it's funny. My next two are also Jack Swagger and Austin Theory. Because
Really?
Jack Swagger is literally, he's mashed potatoes with no salt and pepper. He's the most bland of the bland you can get. Literally. Like, he has great amateur wrestling ability, but this dude, it stops there. There's nothing more to Jack Swagger. He would do push-ups on the entrance.
That was
Like,
cool.
yeah, I guess.
Remember when he
and
choked
then,
out Kermit the Frog?
yeah. And Theory, like, him as Mr. Money in the Bank was fun. And it gave us so much content for Theory Pill. And he got knocked out by Tyson Fury. So there's that. But why not at least fail catching in on Roman Reigns,
Yeah.
So
Like,
yeah. There's
I mean, it's cool that he won the US title and was a good US champion. But like still, right? He either win the US title or lose the fucking world title.
exactly.
But anyways, so I guess next two is for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Braun Strowman for my next one, men's 2018. I feel like most of the stuff has been kind of said. I feel like honestly, I didn't hate the Money in the Bank win itself. I thought, okay, maybe Strowman's gonna win a world title and show the world what he's capable of. He had a little feud with Kevin Owens that was mid, and then he freaking cashed it in a Hell in a Cell match that ended up in a no contest because Brock Lesnar came in, F5 Mick Foley, F5 Roman Reigns, and F5 Braun Strowman. What's up with Hell in a Cell matches with no contest? It's a Hell in a Cell match. What the freak?
Honestly.
And then I don't know why Braun Strowman was heel. The Shield was doing heel stuff, dude. Dude was just trying to cash in. He even did his cash in beforehand, but then Shield would always attack him, and he was the heel.
Exactly.
Anyways, next is Kane for the world title in 2010. That one was pretty lame. That was like a 40-minute cash in. He cashed in against Rey Mysterio. World Championship was all right. When I first watched WWE on TV, I saw Kane as world champion. So there's that, at least. Nostalgia goggles. But his feud with The Undertaker kind of sucked. That was his whole reign, pretty much.
Yeah, it's pretty mid. But for me, the next one at number 19, I believe, is going to be Nikki ASH. Unexpected win. No one expected her to win this, so that was pretty cool. But this ladder match itself pretty much sucked. She cashed in the next day. She won the title. And every match after that was basically like, it's Rhea versus Charlotte. Everyone knew it was Rhea versus Charlotte. And Nikki ASH was just standing there, She was world champion for nothing. So at least you can say she's been a world champion, but
yeah,
it's never been anything more
at least, I guess.
And
What a
18,
stupid name, by the way.
yeah, almost a superhero. Almost there. Number 18, I have Sheamus. Yeah. I'm glad Shamo won a world title, I'm glad he got to braid his beard, but that's about it.
You look stupid. Yeah. Next is also for me, Nikki ASH, Nikki Cross, Women's 2021. Just like you said, 40-day title reign. She was just felt like she held it for no reason. But cool, she won it. And stupid name that was Nikki ASH. Short,
Yeah.
Money in the Bank. reign. But next I have maybe a little bit of a shocker, but 17 Raw 2011 Alberto Del Rio, um, who I thought was kind of mid because if you think about it, the way he wins is cool. Um, and he was kind of this factor with the Summer of Punk, but I think he held the championship for like 20 days, didn't do anything with the championship really. And then it was pretty much a CM Punk until the very end. Now, keep in mind this kind of kickstarted CM Punk's like 500-day reign, so that's cool. But I don't know. This Alberto wasn't that great as a Money in the Bank. He did great things afterwards, I guess, for the World Championship, but not really WWE Championship.
Yeah, man. I wasn't. I didn't hate Del Rio. But after Sheamus, I have Asuka because she didn't get to cash it in. um, she won the briefcase, and then Becky decided to have a baby. So
So selfish.
basically, I did like how like on the presentation on Raw. What didn't make sense though is the night after she comes out on Raw and Becky has the briefcase, and Asuka didn't even question like, "How'd you get my briefcase?" Like, bro,
I was looking for that. I was looking for that for like
yeah.
hours.
Yeah, and the title is just in the briefcase, so that was cool. But nothing eventful. The Money in the Bank match itself, corporate ladder match, I really liked it.
Oh
That was
my
fun.
god, that was so
Yeah,
fun, dude.
yeah. Number 16, I got Bailey. This kickstarted Bailey's career, really made her like world champion level. But again, cashing in on the same night, I never like it. Like maybe if they did it like once or twice. When they did it with Kane, I was like, okay, that's cool. Never do it again. But they keep doing it with the women. So yeah.
Yeah, like doing it time's fine, but like again, same night, it's like come on, like um. So number 16, I'm gonna go with Alexa Bliss, Women's 2018. I also felt like this was mid, but it also wasn't anything terrible, I guess. I think she cast it on Nia Jax. It's just something unmemorable. That's why I got to put it in the middle of the road, number 16. I don't even remember the reign itself, either one, the Money in the Bank or the world title. So next we have DB, Daniel Bryan, 2011. And I guess why I put it in the middle of the road as well, because I will say this, I don't the Money in the Bank reign itself, I don't really know too much about. Um, all I know is that he cashed in on Mark Henry and Big Show. That was cool to see Daniel Bryan win a world championship, especially against bigger guys like Big Show and Mark Henry. And but I feel like that world title reign was mid. I mean, he did some stuff with the Elimination Chamber. That was cool. Did some stuff at Royal Rumble and then lost it in like 18 seconds against Sheamus. So I guess that's the big issue there. But yeah, those are my two, Alexa Bliss and Daniel Bryan. We're getting up to the top tier now.
Exactly. Number 15 for me is Brock Lesnar. So we had Brock Party.
Why? Why is he so far up?
Dude, there's only 28 and he's 15. So there's basically halfway. Because, first of all, Brock Party. I love this segment where he comes out and then they just start playing Kofi's theme song or or Seth's theme song and Paul Heyman's going ham on the electric guitar. If Brock never won the Money in the Bank, I would have never seen Paul Heyman play electric guitar, which has made my life so much better. So definitely going up there. And I don't know, when you look at the list of Money in the Bank winners, at least you get now an elite name like Brock Lesnar up there.
You don't need an
It's
elite
not.
name like Brock Lesnar up there.
It's up there. No. Now it has prestige. No, I didn't care for it. But number 14, I have Kane. Kane I didn't mind this one actually. It was pretty cool. And especially when right after Ray beats Jack Swagger for that world championship, and then Kane's music, it was so unexpected at the time. And I remember
Yeah.
it being so cool. And I remember Ray's like Kane almost looked a little bit sorry for Ray. And he was like, I'm gonna have to do this to you. And he beat the crap out of Ray. And he won that world championship. It was pretty cool. So
I mean,
14
apparently at the
Kane.
time, Rey Mysterio killed The Undertaker. That's what people thought. That's what Kane thought.
Yeah.
Plot twist, Kane killed The Undertaker. Anyways, number 14 for me is Asuka. Women's 2020. Ooh, sorry. Had a burp. But yeah, I think that this the corporate ladder match was probably Very unique take on the Money in the Bank ladder match. I'm glad they did it with the restrictions they had of the COVID-19 pandemic. But yeah, I think I don't know. Again, very middle of the ground. The Money in the Bank reign wasn't good because it was one day. But I guess the Raw Women's Championship was all right. I don't know. But number 13, we have big differences on this. This is Otis, the men's 2020. I want you to hear me out. In what world would you get something amazing like Otis turning the briefcase into a lunchbox? In what world will you get JBL as a judge? In what world are you going to get Otis as a serious contender against Braun Strowman at the time, who I thought he was actually going to cash in on? I was so in on Otis being Universal Champion. Otis and Mandy Rose being this power couple. They were so good in 2020, man. And,
His best friend got fired because he won that briefcase.
Well, who cares? Because Otis, we love you, man, and you should have cashed in on Roman, and you would have been the most dominant Universal Champion today. Half of that's a joke, but I genuinely was entertained by the Otis Money in the Bank storyline.
He didn't even grab it.
I know, but it was so good. It was so good.
I really liked the match, the ladder match itself, climbing the corporate ladder.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool, but no.
Remember when Baron Corbin killed Aleister Black and Rey Mysterio?
Oh, and Rey Mysterio just shows up on SmackDown the next. He's like, "Hey,
hey, what's up, guys?" Yeah. But yeah, it's your turn. You're 2.
13. I got Del Rio. I did not mind this one at all because Del Rio at the time was a top player, and it played really well into the CM Punk, John Cena storyline. CM Punk always being threatened by the Del Rio briefcase. I really enjoyed it. But pretty middle of the pack. Number 12, I have Dean Ambrose. This was really cool that he cashed in and all 3 members of the Shield held the title that night. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
I mean, yeah, number 12 for me is also Dean Ambrose, 2016. Mm-hmm. This is one of those, probably my favorite cash-in that happened in like less than a day.
Because there's too many cash-ins at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, but I feel like at this point of time there weren't too many of those, and there's like Kane. That's about it.
Yeah.
So this was like only the second time this has ever happened, and it was cool when it happened to see Dean Ambrose win the WWE Championship. Like you said, 3 Shield members, and the championship reign itself wasn't that bad. Had decent feuds with AJ Styles, John Cena, Dolph Ziggler,
Stone Cold.
Oh man, that was great. 11 for me. This is something you also disagree with. It's Liv Morgan, the women's 2022 Money in the Bank, and here's why. Liv Morgan, when she won it, huge pop. Everyone wanted her to win it. I wanted her to win it. This was kind of a big surprise and something new, something different. And even though it was a short cash-in, which again is overused, I feel like once she cashed in on Ronda, huge pop again. This was something that people wanted. And her, just her winning the title just brought this whole, ovation. And I admit her championship reign was a bit lackluster. I'll say that. But I think Liv Morgan does have top star capability, but I feel like she just been feuding with the wrong type of people.
She's not good in the ring. She got no entertainment value. Charisma. People only like her because she's pretty. And I'm not afraid to say
that. No, dude. She has in-ring ability. She has character.
What's the best Liv Morgan match you've ever seen?
She reminds me of freaking...
no, what's the best Liv Morgan match you've ever seen?
She reminds me of Alexa Bliss.
Name it.
What? No. She reminds me of Alexa Bliss, the Goddess era. Yeah, dude.
She's not good at all. She's overrated. She's overloved, and literally, like, you take away the looks and she's got nothing.
Because here's the deal. Liv has never really had singles opportunity until this time. It's mostly tag teams and factions and multi-woman matches. And I wouldn't have been mad to see her and like she put on one stellar of a show at this year's Royal Rumble, man. One stellar of a show, and had an amazing final two moment with Rhea Ripley.
What's the best Liv Morgan match you've ever seen?
It's probably going to have to be the final two of her and Rhea Ripley.
Exactly.
But that's because she didn't really have time to shine. But how about everyone in the comments? Liv Morgan, W or L? This is going to turn into like a Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp show.
Yeah, this is. You know what the difference is though? Skip Bayless be hating on LeBron James, who's the greatest of all time. I'm hating on Liv Morgan, who was nowhere near great.
I mean, LeBron's like all right though. LeBron's like not even top 5.
All right, we're gonna do a different sports debate.
Michael Jordan's best of all time. But anyways, who's next for you?
Whatever. Next, I have Alexa Bliss, because this cash in was actually pretty good. I think it interrupted a pretty decent Ronda Rousey Nia Jax match, and the Nia Jax Alexa Bliss feud was really solid. So I think the cash in itself was decent. It led to a great title reign, in my opinion, for Alexa, who is pretty good in the ring, amazing entertainment value and charisma, unlike certain individuals on SmackDown currently.
Not talk about Liv Morgan, because Liv Morgan is amazing.
Liv Morgan is there's a reason they keep sticking her in a tag team, with whether it be Rhea Ripley or whether it be
Don't make me say it, Haadi. Don't make me say it.
What are you gonna say?
Oh yeah,
it's not Raquel.
Yeah, Raquel. Same thing with Raquel.
It's not. Has Liv Morgan ever be? What did Liv Morgan do in NXT? What's she done on the main roster? Raquel, I can name specific moments and I can name great matches. Raquel versus Rhea Ripley at TakeOver
on NXT,
but she's done stuff on the main roster that's actually good. Unlike Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan.
Name the best Liv Morgan match you've name the best Liv Morgan match you've ever seen.
I'm gonna have some time to think about that.
Exactly, you gotta think about it.
While you go on in your next ranking, how do I look at Liv?
No, you're looking up Liv Morgan matches.
I gotta remember, man.
No, if you gotta look it up, it's not real. Next is Daniel Bryan, because Daniel Bryan was super entertaining as a heel with this briefcase. He was super annoying, and I just couldn't wait for him to cash in. And Michael Cole on commentary talking about Daniel Bryan was pretty funny. And him cashing in was awesome. Yeah, and he was so annoying once he won it. So great job to DB. Who's your number 9?
I think we need a break. We got to shake on it, man. We got to apologize to each other. This has gone so far. Oh my God. This has gone too far, Haadi. We're not going to have a next episode because of Liv Morgan.
I think remember I mentioned that top 10 overrated wrestlers of today video made. Liv Morgan's on that. Jimmy Uso's on that. Will Ospreay's on that.
I can't believe Jimmy Uso's on that.
Jimmy Uso's on that.
Oh man, I wonder how many dislikes that video has.
Actually, yeah, it's the most disliked we. Oh, there's no.
You guys can't handle the truth.
Don't get me started on the Usos, bro.
Whoa, are you gonna say the Usos are overrated?
The Usos are amazing. Okay. But without the Usos, Jey Uso can thrive. I know he can. Jimmy Uso cannot. Jimmy Uso does not have the dedication. He doesn't stay in shape like Jey does. There's a reason why Jimmy never takes off that shirt. He don't want to show everyone that beer belly, because the boy always drinking. He's getting pulled over for drinking.
Same thing with Jey, but I feel like Jey checks it out.
All right, yeah, but Jey actually like works hard, and he's dedicated to the business, and he's the right hand man for a reason, not just because Jimmy got injured. Jimmy getting injured happened on purpose. Jimmy is not made to be the right hand man. Jimmy's not made to be. There's no such thing as main event Jimmy. No one wants to see that crap. It's a main event Jey.
That's true. I will say, yeah. I'll agree with that.
Okay.
Number 10 though for me is Bayley 2019 women's. I think you have this lower down. I feel like the Money in the Bank itself, the reign lasted less than a day, was a bit shit. That being said, she had one of the longest, if not the best, SmackDown Women's Championship reign ever. So yeah, I think Bailey had one of the best SmackDown Women's Championships ever, which is why I got to put her in my
Yeah.
top 10. But number 9 for me has to be the 2-time Money in the Bank winner, The Miz. I gotta put him at 9 because I think his original one was amazing. 2010 one was pretty good. And he got the WWE Championship from that. Congratulations. Honestly, mid reign in my opinion, but great cash in, great Money in the Bank reign. But his WWE Championship reign was a bit mid in my opinion. And the 2021, he won it off Otis, but honestly, he was just a champion to like pass over to Bobby Lashley.
I thought it was a
And
great way to get the title off Drew and to Bobby.
it was, but for the Miz itself, I think it didn't really help. I mean, it didn't really help him too much, but he is a 2-time Grand Slam champion now. So, woo! Number 9. What about you?
Number 9, I have the biggest of all E's, Big E. Yeah. This I think everyone knew this year that he was gonna win Money in the Bank. I
Yeah.
think there was no question. The ladder match was pretty good. Him winning was awesome. I feel like I've already said a lot this episode, but I did not think he was someone who should have been world champion.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I will say that I didn't like that he announced the cash in, that he had to announce the cash in, and like, oh, they announced on Twitter that
Yeah.
he cashed in tonight, and they basically came in as like the Bobby Lashley Randy Orton match is like, whoever wins, I'm gonna cash in, and Randy was like, bro, don't cash in. I'm like, Kai Randy, and
Come
then
on,
and
bro.
then MVP was like, shut your bitches up.
Come on, Big E, it's good to have you back on Raw. You're a stallion. But dude, do me a favor. Just don't cash in on Randy. He's my best bro. That wouldn't be cool, dude.
Such a dumbass up.
Yeah. But this was good. It's unfortunate that he had to lose the title in a fatal 5-way and get pinned by Brock Lesnar. But
What is up with Brock Lesnar and black champions, bro? Come on.
he's not a brother. Okay. Yeah, so Big E at number 9. Do I also do number 8?
Yeah.
Yes, it's Carmella. Dude, her winning the Money in the Bank is the best women's. It's the first one, and it's the best thing that ever happened to women's Money in the Bank because she held it for a long time. When she did cash it in, it was the debut of the Iconics, my favorite women's tag team, and she cashed it on Charlotte. Dude, I just hate that the referee took so long to cash in the briefcase. He was like, you're cashing this in? This is the Money in the Bank? You want to use it right now? Yeah, I don't know why Mike Chioda got suddenly retarded, but
No wonder he got fired.
exactly. He was like, "Why did I get fired?" But yeah, this was really entertaining. The only sad thing is that Ellsworth won it, the first women's Money in the Bank. A man won,
Yes.
but she won it back on SmackDown, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, Carmella number 8.
Funny that you say that because 8 and 7 is also for me Big E and Carmella. I will say with Big E, his Money in the Bank reign was pretty decent. But his cash in was amazing. But I hate the fact that they announced it as well. I forgot they announced it. But they announced it pretty much just for viewerships, whatever. Big E's reign kind of underwhelming actually. It's kind of sad. And then he got pinned by Brock Lesnar, easy peasy like that. And then 7 Carmella. First women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I think the longest ever Mrs. Money in the Bank and Mr. Money in the Bank. So longest ever Money in the Bank winner to hold the briefcase. And it was a good run, I think. I think it's very underrated. So yeah, and she won the SmackDown Women's Championship after that, which was mid, honestly. But whatever. Now, since we have 6 left, I think we can do one at a time. What do you say?
I have 7 left.
Oh, well, since you have 7 left and I have 6 left, let's do it one at a time.
Okay, who's your number 7? But you already did 7.
Yeah, so you do your number 7.
My 7 is RVD. I like that he cashed it in a style where it wasn't a generic cash in. He wanted a clean babyface win, which I think is like the proper way for a babyface to cash in a Money in the Bank. So that was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. My number 6 is also Rob Van Dam. Or my next one's Rob Van Dam 2006. Money in the Bank, he pretty good Mr. Money in the Bank run. His championship win, probably most iconic championship win with the Money in the Bank. One of the most iconic. Crowd was wild. Fuck John Cena. Called him a pussy. The whole crowd. Sick briefcase too. It's sad that he got arrested for weed and then kind of lost his reign because of that. But yeah, who's your number 6?
My number 6 is. Oh man, I took off the list. But my number 6 was Randy Orton. Yeah. I think Randy winning was a little unexpected for me. I never imagined him as a ladder match type of guy, and him being put in there and him winning was pretty cool. And the cash in was pretty special. Daniel Bryan finally winning, and he's like finally reached the mountaintop. Triple H hit him with that pedigree, and Randy Orton slowly walking in, cashing in the Money in the Bank was pretty cool. Yeah, number 6, Randy.
I'm down to my top 5, so I'm gonna go with my number 5, which is a 2-time winner, technically the only true 2-time winner, CM Punk, 2 years in a row. Top 5, definitely an amazing Mr. Money in the Bank. Cashed it in against Edge the first time. I think it was Jeff Hardy the second time, right?
Yes.
And yeah, I feel like his world title reigns were pretty decent.
They were.
He had some amazing matches with Jeff Hardy. I believe he had a match with The Undertaker, which is pretty good too. So yeah, he good shit from Punk. 08 and 09. Who's your number 5?
Number 5 for me is Dolph Ziggler. One of the best cash-in moments. But other than that, that's really all he had going for him. I think he had the interesting red strap World Heavyweight Championship, which I like.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Number 4 number 4 for me is Randy Orton. I feel like Randy Orton's is so big because when I was a kid, I was just so unexpected for him to turn heel out of nowhere and create this whole authority. Not only did he turn heel, Triple H turned heel after years of being face, and they created the authority, which became such a big part of the PG era, big part of the Daniel Bryan Yes movement. It was a good reign itself. The maybe not the Mr. Money in the Bank reign, but the world title reign after.
Yeah, for sure.
Big surprise, Randy Orton. Who's your number 4?
So my number 4 is CM Punk. Yeah, the Punkster. This is easily like both wins at WrestleMania were really great. The reigns with the briefcase were really good. Both cash-ins were really good. I love the cash-in on Edge after he got beat down by Batista during the draft. And the Jeff Hardy cash-in was like so heartbreaking. So Punk at 4.
Yeah. Now we're down to our top 3. I know we can all agree on 3. It's obviously Edge. Number 3 for me is Edge. 2005 and 2007. 2007 he won it off Mr. Kennedy. And I feel like Edge is definitely the ultimate opportunist, the person who pretty much revolutionized the Money in the Bank ladder match. He's the one that started it off, pioneered it, created this, the cash-in scenario pretty much. Cashed in against John Cena, won his first WWE Championship. And in 2007, I think he cashed in against, was it The Undertaker? Yeah, The Undertaker, and won the world title, I believe, at the time. So, amazing stuff. I really enjoyed Edge's, and again, great reigns with both. Memorable rivalries with John Cena, Undertaker, and yeah, live sex celebrations too.
Of course, number 3 for me is The Miz. I think that first cash-in was so special. I think his reign with the briefcase was also really entertaining. The amount of skull-crushing finales he hit on that briefcase was pretty awesome. How dented that thing got. I think the cash-in was so special, and his reign, honestly, with the WWE Championship was really interesting because he's never seemed like a guy to be world champion, and he held it for so long. He defended it at WrestleMania successfully in the main event, and that's why Miz for me is 3. You're number 2.
We may agree on number 1, man. We gotta say it on 3 once we reach number 1. But number 2 for me is actually Dolph Ziggler for the World Heavyweight Championship in 2012. And the reason why I did enjoy his Mr. Money in the Bank reign when he was with AJ Lee and Big E Langston. When I was a kid, there's no one I hated more during this time than Dolph Ziggler.
He's perfection.
He's perfection. He's here to show the world. That's his theme songs. And he was main eventing pay-per-views. He was a big deal. And then out of nowhere, he cashed in on Alberto Del Rio, which again, one of the biggest pops in Raw history. That being said, the world title reign was kind of underwhelming, but the cash in itself was fantastic. Him as Mr. Money in the Bank was fantastic, and him winning that ladder match was fantastic. Who's your number 2?
My number 2 is Seth Rollins. Yeah, Seth Rollins, easily like the heist of the century. This is one of the greatest cash-ins ever. This is one of the greatest wins ever, especially after he broke up from the Shield. It was really, really great. Really great. Almost great enough to be number 1, but just he's not there.
So the real answer for number 1 is, drum roll please, no need for a drum roll, it's Seth freaking Rollins, the best cash in, not one of, the best. We're not allowed to have opinions here on Wrestless.
Yeah, I could definitely say it is the best cash in of all time.
But yeah, in all seriousness, yeah, this was definitely one of the best, or the best cash in my opinion. Main event of WrestleMania, the heist of the century. This was 2014. He won it. Again, another kickstart of the Authority, which was great. After breaking up the Shield, held the Money in the Bank for so long, and did great with it, and actually had an unexpected cash in. No one expected him to cash in. That was
especially after he lost to Randy that night, that same night.
Yeah, so honestly, Seth, you're my number 1. Mwah.
My number 1 is Edge. The reason why Edge is number 1, in my opinion, that very first Money in the Bank win, by the way, first Money in the Bank ladder match was amazing. It's the whole reason we have Money in the Bank in general, because him winning that was so amazing. He didn't even want to be in the match, and then he won it, and he cashed in my opinion, the number 2 best cash in of all time on John Cena. It set the precedent of what a Money in the Bank cash in is. That boy John Cena had went through hell in that Elimination Chamber. Him coming through the smoke and handing that briefcase to Vince McMahon is one of the most iconic scenes you'll ever see in history. Lita by his side after he just took Matt Hardy's girl. The amount of heat Edge had on him, this was unprecedented, amazing. I loved the cash in. I loved everything about it. Edge, to me, this is what made him the ultimate opportunist. This made Edge's career. This made Edge who he is today, the person we all know and love. And I think being the first one, setting the precedent, he is the greatest Money in the Bank winner of all time. And it solidified him as the one of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
Yeah, for sure. I wish he was as good as Baron Corbin, but here's the moment where me and Haadi are gonna speed run and list our order recap quick. We gotta go ASAP.
Through my phone.
Okay.
All right, let's get it.
We're gonna talk at the same time. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Baron Corbin, John Cena, Mr. Kennedy,
Mr. Kennedy, Otis,
Sheamus,
Baron
Brock Lesnar,
Corbin,
Damien Sandow,
Cena,
Jack
Strowman,
Swagger,
Sandow, Liv Morgan,
Austin Theory, Braun
Swagger,
Strowman,
Nikki A.C.,
Kane,
Sheamus,
Nikki
Asuka,
Cross,
Bayley,
Alberto Del
Kane,
Rio,
Brock Lesnar,
Alexa
Del Rio,
Bliss,
Dean Ambrose,
Daniel
Alexa Bliss,
Bryan,
Daniel Bryan, Big E,
Asuka,
Carmella,
Otis, Dean
RVD, Randy
Ambrose,
Orton,
Liv
Dolph Ziggler,
Morgan, Bayley,
CM Punk, The Miz, Seth Rollins, and Edge.
Dolph Ziggler, and Seth Rollins.
How'd you start first and finish second?
You're going so fast, I couldn't keep up. But yeah, this was fun. I actually really enjoyed this. I can't wait to see what's going to happen at Money in the Bank. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
Or Logan, Paul. No.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit like. Make sure to rate us on Spotify. Yeah. And make sure to stay restless.